Mike Rizzo.
And I'm Michelle Rizzo.
And this is Northwest Brew Talk. Welcome to Northwest Brew Talk, the #1 podcast on Washington beer, brought to you by Micro Homebrew, located in Kenmore. This is episode number 77. Each and every week, we promote the Washington brewing industry by talking to those people involved in drinking Washington beer. If you like Washington beer, learn about the people behind it here on our show. This week on the Micro Homebrew interview, we talk with Wet Coast Brewing. We also have our brew news and local music from Bella Farinas. With over 300 breweries, we try to highlight as many as possible every episode. If you're new to the show, we suggest you check out our back catalog with some great interviews and lots of Washington beer.
If you've got comments or questions, feel free to send us an email to nwbrewtalk@gmail.com. We're on Twitter at nwbrewtalk, and you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/nwbrewtalk. If you like the show and want to support us, share our link and tell your friends on social media. It takes just a few to start a revolution.
All right, let's start the show.
Let's open our first beer.
What are we going to drink?
Our first beer is gifted to us from Sumerian Brewing. Thank you very much, Holly and Mark. You can find them in Woodinville. Sumerian's open 7 days a week, and you should check out our interview with them and Tyson, their brewer, on episode 65. We're drinking their Eruption Double IPA. Like its younger brother, Narcissism, this beer starts a bit the same, but then it makes a whole different turn for the better. This hop-loaded Double IPA has a base of Cascade and Centennial. Then we dry hop it not once, but twice with Citra and Mosaic. The result, a beer that erupts with fresh aromatics and a balanced hop flavors, while at the same time has a great mouthfeel and a clean finish. 8.3% ABV, 95 IBUs, and an untapped rating of 3.92.
All right, that has a golden color there. Nice little white head on it.
Smells delicious.
Yeah, it's got a great hop smell. Nice citrusy smell. Do you smell pine cones yet? Do you taste pine cones? Double IPA.
Very good.
Oh, definitely double IPA. Got a little booziness to it.
Oh, definitely. But, I mean, that's what you'd expect from a double IPA.
Exactly. That's why I don't drink them.
And that's why I do.
Like I've said before, I've had many shots of whiskey in my life.
Yeah, see, I don't think it tastes like, I'm not
it doesn't taste like whiskey. It just has, it's a hotter, you can feel the hotter feeling going down your throat.
Yeah, I would say that. But I mean, I don't drink hard alcohol like sipping on anything, but I don't really taste it like that. Like you would have. I've taken a few shots in my life, but I don't really feel like it has that. I mean, I can definitely taste alcohol. It has that flavor to it, but I think that it's just not as, I don't know. It doesn't have that burning sensation like you're talking about. Oh. To me, anyway.
All right, it's just my heartburn.
Maybe.
It's got a good flavor. Their beers
absolutely real strong flavor.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, their beers are very good. They make some nice beers.
Yeah, if you listen to the episode when we interviewed them, we were trying most of their beers while talking to them, and it was, one after the other. They were just great beers.
Yeah, definitely. And again, it's a good beer. Not one of my favorites, double IPAs, but this is a good beer.
Yep, I like it a lot.
All right, and now on to this week's brew news.
Topping this week's news, Tacoma Beer Week runs through this Saturday, August 6th, with events across Tacoma. The city has seen the number of indie breweries increase in the past few years, and this is the time to showcase everything they have. There will be special beer releases, barbecues, and a special party at the Copper Door celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Beatles' Revolver album. Visit TacomaBeerWeek.com for all the events. The Northwest Cider Association, NWCA, is presenting its 6th annual Summer Cider Day this Saturday, August 6th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Northwest Maritime Center in Port Townsend. With more than 60 ciders to try, music, and gourmet gluten-free fare from Siren's Pub, this family-friendly event showcases some of the top cideries from Washington and Oregon. Tickets are $25 in advance or $30 at the door and include 8 tasting tickets and a tasting glass.
Cairn Brewing in Kenmore launches an exploratory line of India Pale Ales called Hop Traverse this week. The new rotating line of IPAs will showcase different hop varieties. The first release features only Whirlpool and Hopback editions to bring the combination of grapefruit and pine flavors front and center, featuring Simcoe and Centennial hops with 80 IBUs and 7.5% ABV. Expect more from Cairn Brewing and their new series over the coming months. Some brewery news this week. Western Red Brewing is a new brewery working to open in Poulsbo. Get more info as soon as we have that. And also, Rainy Days Brewing has all its permits and is working to open in the former Sound Brewery Tasting Room, giving them their first tasting room location. More and more breweries. When will it end? As long as innovation and quality continue, many of these breweries may be around quite a while.
Next weekend, August 12th through the 14th, is the Vancouver Brew Fest, held at Esther Short Park in downtown Vancouver. There are 48 breweries serving 2 beers each for almost 100 different beers. There will also be ciders, wine, and mead. The event is adult only. It's $30 for one day or $37 for both days. That's a deal. There are some fun events, food vendors, and more. Disabled American veterans get in free, and the event raises money for 2 veteran groups and a companion animal organization. On Saturday, August 6th is the Olympia Brew Fest. Over 30 brewers will be participating, serving over 60 beers, plus food vendors and live music. It's being held at Port Plaza Park. The event is 21 and older, and tickets are $25 in advance or $30 at the door. Proceeds from the festival benefit the Thurston County Chamber Foundation's Small Business Development Incubator Program. Flying Bite Cooperative Brewery in Seattle is celebrating their first anniversary with a week-long list of events. Starting on Monday, August 15th, they will have cake, trivia, special releases, guest taps, a bottle release, with a big party on Saturday the 20th. Finally, on Sunday, they end the party with a fun run and kill the kegs event.
Saturday, August 13th is the 14th annual Brewfest on the Skagit in Mount Vernon. At least 14 breweries, dozens of beers, food vendors, and live music. This adults-only event benefits the Lincoln Theater and runs from 4 to 9 p.m. on Skagit Riverwalk. The 5th annual Everett Craft Beer Festival takes place on Saturday, August 20th from noon to 7 p.m. on Hoyt Avenue at Hewitt. 34 breweries will be pouring over 100 beers. This adults-only event costs $20 in advance or $25 at the door. Visit brownpapertickets.com to get yours today. And finally this week, Reuben's Brews in Seattle is celebrating their 4th anniversary this coming Saturday. They will have barrel-aged beers, special anniversary beer, including a limited can release. The event runs from noon to 10 p.m. And that is the brew news this week.
Welcome to Building a Brewery with Bob and Jesse from Figurehead Brewing.
You guys are moving along pretty well, huh?
Yeah, we're doing really well at the moment.
Yeah. So I know we saw some photos online. So why don't you tell us what's transpired in the past couple weeks?
Well, we got beers. The first beers that we made, the brown, which we call it big brown. It kind of ended up being a bigger brown, and then we have that Belgian double that we made. Those are now both kegged. So I had to build a keg wash to wash all the kegs and stuff. And I had about a day to make that thing, and
Nice.
I made that, and that came out really well and worked great. So I was able to wash a bunch of kegs, and we were able to keg beer. And I still have our chill box beer, or at least 2/3 of it. And then there was kind of a moment in the day when we were brewing our last beer, which is an IPA, which we were super excited about. That was going to be a great beer.
Cool.
So we were making the IPA. We realized that all we had to do, because I built the manifold for the taps the previous day, we realized that all we had to do was twist one of those caps into one of the kegs, and we could pull beer out of the wall for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, well, we were doing that.
Yeah.
And we did, and it just came out. The beer was fantastic, and I mean, it was just a great day.
So it came out the way you hoped it would? Like beer?
Yeah. Yeah, I think both beers we've made so far turned out really well, and we're getting ready to make our third batch, which is a ESB, kind of a traditional extra special beer. And we're pretty excited about that one. We think that one turned out really well. So
cool.
We're pretty excited about that one.
Awesome.
Yeah, our beers are just like we wanted. Our beers are coming out very malty and full bodied. And using that, especially on the English style, using the English yeast that we're using, I think it definitely adds a yeast characteristic we were kind of going for. And the malt that we're using get that kind of maltiness we wanted. So right out of the gate, we're getting beers that we really like to drink, which is really satisfying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the IPA with the English malt, was it?
Oh, English beef.
Okay.
So we get specialty malt comes from Europe, some English malt and some French and Belgian malt for specialties.
Okay.
But most of our base malt is U.S. American malt.
Right.
For our base malt. But then we use an English strain of yeast and Belgian yeast.
Right. Nice. Sounds awesome. So I saw you were getting some your walls done and still looking to finish up your bar, right?
Yeah, we had a group of people come out last weekend and help with the wall, which was great. I was really lucky to have some of our friends come out and help us out quite a bit. We're doing some kind of a planking on the wall to make it look a little more like a ship.
Right.
And so they came out and did that. We had the entire wall done last weekend, so that was pretty good. And then we got everything cut. Over the last couple of days, we got all the rest of the lumber cut. We need to wrap the rest of the back of the chill box. So we're looking, inside of a week, we should have all the walls wrapped and painted, and that'll be finished. And then then we need to get the bar in seating. So we have plans for all that stuff. So right now, we're just putting the rest of the pieces of the puzzle, but we're getting really close.
Awesome. So sounds like 3 weeks out, maybe?
Yeah, maybe. We gotta still get our final permitting done. Right. So we had a final inspection yesterday, and we more or less passed. We haven't got the fiscal sign off yet, and then we gotta have the health department come out as well. So that's our all 2 inspections, I think. And we're brewing our 6th batch of beer this weekend. Yeah, we're actually kind of on schedule considering, planning for things going wrong and stuff. And we haven't really had those major hiccups. I think our planning has been good enough and sticking with, there's always that thing sneaking, lurking in the background that can screw you up. But so far, everything's been going pretty well. And we're up to batch 6, which was our plan to get open. So everything's like on schedule for what our latest iteration of our plan was.
Awesome. Yeah, there's a lot of breweries opening in the past couple of weeks, upcoming too. So you're going to be joining a whole new crowd of breweries.
Yeah.
But sounds.
Yeah, we feel like we're moving pretty. It's funny. We feel like we're talking to them, and it feels like we've been there for years. I mean, working on this thing, but it's only been we're ready to be 8 months point right now, and we have gotten a lot done, but getting to the finish line has proven to be, just mentally draining, difficult, but we're close.
Right. Awesome. Well, we'll talk to you in a couple of weeks, and hopefully you'll be getting ready to put the final touches on.
Yeah. Hopefully so.
All right. Awesome.
Shut up. Bar in there by now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Jesse and Bob from Figurehead. Appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you much. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
See you later.
So long.
Bye. Welcome back to Northwest Brew Talk. If you want to submit news to Northwest Brew Talk, send us an email to nwbrewtalk@gmail.com. If you've not yet subscribed to our podcast, why not do it now? It's free, available anywhere you listen to podcasts, including iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and now Google Play Music.
On this week's Micro Homebrew interview, we're talking to Aaron and Brian from Wet Coast Brewing in Gig Harbor. We're here with Aaron and Brian from Wet Coast Brewing in Gig Harbor, right?
That's correct.
Awesome. So, what do you two guys do?
So, besides running a brewery, Brian and I actually met. We work together at the fire department.
Oh, okay.
So we work in the area of Lakewood and University Place for West Pierce Fire Department.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then at the shop, I do all the brewing pretty much, or the majority. Aaron kind of pushes all the beer, slings beer for us, does sales and distribution. So,
Okay.
yeah, a little bit of everything.
Okay, so how did you guys, obviously you met at work, but were you both home brewers? Is that how it came about or what?
Yeah, absolutely. We were met at work and found out we have a passion for beer and started homebrewing together. So we both had our own set of equipment, and we'd meet up at Brian's house. Each of us would brew a batch. Next week we'd go to my house, brew a batch, and just took off from there. So
Nice. So how long ago did you guys start doing that?
We probably started homebrewing about a decade ago.
Oh,
We met about 8 years ago, something like that. We've been brewing together for 8 years, roughly. The brewery's been in planning, or was in planning for, probably 5 years after that or something.
Oh, really?
Maybe even less than that, but
Yeah.
it's been a long process.
But it was something that after you'd been homebrewing for a few years, you're like, we'd like to do this, right?
Yeah, I think every home brewer probably has that moment where they're like, it's like the aha, like I created fire, but I created beer, you know? And so we definitely had that. I'm like, oh, I could do this. I could sell this. And then we were actually fortunate enough that we had a lot of friends and family kind of hitting us up for product and stuff. And at a certain point, it was like, well, we might as well try our hand at this thing.
Yeah.
So we did. We started planning it, and then here we are now after a handful of years. So
Yeah. So you've been doing it for a year now since you've been open. So is it living up to what you expected?
it's had a lot of ups and downs, a lot of high moments, a lot of frustrating moments. But I don't think we'd change. I don't think we'd change it if we could. We're happy we did it, and each day somebody comes in the tap room and tells us that they love one of the styles that Brian's made and puts on, or they appreciate our servers and the customer service they get, or they love having our beer on tap, and each of us kind of feels a little redeemed that day. And it's been mostly highs, more highs than lows, but it's a challenge. But I don't think I would change anything. It's been fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely been I think overall just way more than we probably expected in a positive way, really positive way. We knew the workload was going to be there, and we definitely burned the candle at both ends a lot of the time. But the feedback we've had, walking around here at the Washington Brewers Fest, and seeing a random person I don't know wear my shirt or something, it's just like. It's pretty crazy, pretty surreal. So it's been an awesome year for us.
Yeah, cool. So, did either one of you had any type of business experience before you started?
So I had run a business before. Had run a CPR first aid business before, and had done some instruction. But compared to what we're doing now, it was small potatoes. So this is definitely a larger undertaking. But Brian and I have been able to utilize even a larger team. Our spouses, my wife April and his wife Molly, they support us emotionally. They help us out in the business, and they step in anytime we need. So besides not having any formal business background, just a passion, it's amazing how far we've gotten, but we definitely have support of friends and family as well.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because a lot of times that's, homebrewers got this great idea but can't run a business, and that could be a downfall for some of them.
Yeah, absolutely. But, It can definitely trip you up, and there's a lot of people that get into the business into the brewing business after having some background. For us, we definitely put our customer first, and for the industry we're in, that's the first rule of business, is putting your customer first. So we definitely hung our hat on that. We have a lot of satisfied beer drinkers, so that's what's going to propel us.
Nice. So let's talk about your beer. So what kind of beer did you guys both like to brew when you were home brewing?
I would say the majority of what Aaron and I both brewed has all been, fairly straightforward American style beers. A little bit of English influence here and there, but a lot of Northwest inspired stuff. There's so much great beer around us, and we're really inspired by a lot of local stuff. So we love hop forward stuff, just flavor forward things in general. Trying to bring the most flavor we can out of every beer. We never really got into Belgians or anything like that. And that's probably something you won't really see Wet Coast do. There's plenty of breweries that do great work with that. We're happy to drink their beer and put them on our guest handle every now and again. But yeah, very, very Northwest inspired American ales.
Yeah. You like doing hoppy beers?
We love hoppy beers, but we also know that there's a time and a place for every style. So when we opened our very first week, we had 3 or 4 styles on. Our second week, we had 5 styles on. And then after that, our 5th week, we had 8 or 9 of our own. And so we run 8 or 9 of our own styles of beers. You won't find us IPA heavy, although we do love hops, and we know they play an important part in beer. We have everything from a milk stout, a black ale that are offered almost year-round, through a red and a brown, and then lighters. So there's varieties to spice of life, and as long as we can kind of keep those different styles on and give Brian the opportunity to brew different stuff, so he's not locked into anything. Yeah. That's where the creativity flows. So.
Yeah, nice. So, let's see. I had an idea there, but lost it for a moment. So you guys brew a lot of different styles, and you find anyone is bigger seller than another?
Well, I think industry-wide, or at least here in the Northwest, IPA, it's 30% of the market. I brew an IPA every third batch, so it makes sense. But we've had a lot of success with our brown ale, our cream ale. Surprisingly enough, it's a style that you probably don't see a whole lot. Hale's kind of put it on the map, I think, and some guys are doing it more recently. But that's I think our number 2 best-selling beer behind any of our IPAs. So that's pretty cool. Took home some hardware for it today, so that was that was pretty awesome.
For the cream ale?
For the cream ale.
Nice.
We actually got a couple cream ale. Our coffee brown did well, and our milk stout actually did great too. So
3 for 1 year in business.
Yeah.
That's pretty. It's got to make you as a brewer feel good. But as a company too.
Yeah, it's another surreal moment for us. They called our name or whatever, and the company that we're surrounded by, it's pretty humbling.
Sometimes you round things out, and then sometimes you have to be technical. And on that one, I like the idea of being technical. That we were able to get those and won those. Brian's brewing good beer, and we weren't even a year old. I know the birthday's tomorrow, but I think that's awesome. And it makes us feel good. It kind of reassures us, but we also, we want to have our staff be proud of what they pour. And so it's more of a attaboy and a pat on the back for the Wet Coast team. It's not necessarily something we're going to hang on the bumper of our car, but it's definitely something that we want our beer servers to be happy about as well. And it helps us go, we can do this. We can make great beer, and we can be part of the awesome beer culture in Washington.
Yeah, awesome. So what type of distribution do you guys have?
I'll let Aaron talk about that.
So right now we self-distribute. We do draft only right now. We've got some big plans to do some awesome bottling and hit the market with some one-off beers, single brew onlys, things like that, and have those packaged in glass bottles to go to some of our draft accounts that have shelf space. And so right now we've got a handful of accounts. We kind of run the U the U-shape from Port Orchard down through Gig Harbor through Tacoma and then up into Seattle. And that's what we've got now, and we're looking for more, but we take care of it ourselves. We have a lot of great customer service. We'll run beer to you when you need beer. That's the name of the game. So that's our distribution right now.
Okay, nice. So you guys both work full time outside of this. So how often are you brewing?
Right now we're turning out. It seems like I'm brewing almost every day. No, we brew about twice a week. So the other job, holds us down a fair amount. So, but we're turning out roughly 15 barrels a week, which is pretty good for a brewery our size. We're lucky we're just actually adding an employee to the brewery side of things. Until now it's all been in the tap room where our employees have been. So that's going to be awesome, and it'll help us boost production. And then, so hopefully we can crank out even more products.
Yeah, so you'll be able to brew more than twice a week?
Yeah, I mean, we're somewhat limited on tank space, which is like a blessing and a curse,
Yeah.
Because that's like my justification for not brewing as much. But yeah, we're definitely pushing to expand and grow responsibly and as organic as possible. So everything's just coming naturally.
Right. Now, were you guys? Did you take out loans to do this, or were you able to self-finance?
We did a little bit of everything.
Yeah,
really, it was when you start planning and you get the dream together, where the rubber meets the road is really just as far as you're willing to go. And so we, myself especially, but we definitely consider ourselves kings of shameless self-promotion. So we asked everybody who was willing to help, from corporate banks to private lenders to friends and family and ourselves. We put it all on the line. I mean, that's the American dream, and that's craft beer right now in the U.S. and in Washington, is to you put up or shut up.
Yeah.
So, and we just hit the ground running and grabbed as much as we could from as many people that supported us, loved what we were doing. So a little bit of everything.
Yeah, nice. So, what size brew house do you have?
So we have a 3.5 barrel brew house with 7 barrel cellar tanks. So we pretty much double batch everything that we do right now. If we're test batching at 3.5 barrels. And so just sweating a lot right now to make it happen.
So you guys, you put a lot out through your tap room?
We do. The tap room does really well. Gig Harbor is great. It's a great customer base. Seven Seas kind of started the whole thing on that side of the bridge. So they set us up really well, I think, and got people interested. They probably did that through the state, and then, but yeah, it's great. We have a great following, open 5 days a week now with the tap room, and that's probably about half of our production goes to the tap room right now.
So what's the future hold?
Well, like Brian mentioned, we've got a beautiful weekend, weather aside. It's starting to dump now, but a beautiful weekend with receiving some attaboys and accolades for the beer. And so when I walked in and Brian was getting a medal hung around his neck, he looked at me and said, well, now I know what I got to brew more of. Yeah. So our future holds a lot of brewing. Yeah. And then we just brought in our first full-time employee. So we definitely have that going for us. So the future is a lot of brewing and a lot of selling beer.
Yeah, awesome. And the rain has started finally.
Yeah, finally, boy.
It held off most of the day, which wasn't bad. So are you guys planning to do anything for the 1 year anniversary?
Yeah. So next weekend, actually tomorrow the 19th, is our official 1 year anniversary, but on the 25th. Since we have the Brewer Festival this weekend, we're going to host a big party at the brewery. We're closing off our parking lot. We're going to have an outdoor beer garden as well as the normal tap room facility, bringing in some barbecue, some live music, and hopefully just a lot of fun. We're trying to get as many people out as we can. So it should be a great time. We'll launch a couple beers, bring back some some crowd favorites for some people that did really well over our first year, and yeah, hopefully just have a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well, best of luck to you guys. Congrats on the first year, and
Thank you.
and the awards too.
Yeah, well, appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us and letting us put the word out there in our own words, that is. So, yeah, we appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Certainly.
Thanks to Aaron and Brian from Wet Coast for joining us today.
If you are a homebrewer looking for a great shop to buy your homebrew ingredients and equipment, why don't you check out Micro Homebrew in Kenmore? Tony and his staff are always happy to help a new or experienced homebrewer find what they need. At Micro Homebrew, they're proud to carry over 100 hop varieties. Visit them today at 17511 68th Avenue Northeast in Kenmore, or find them on Facebook at Micro Homebrew. When you stop in, make sure you tell them that you heard about them on Northwest Brew Talk.
All right, we'll be right back after a local music break from Bella Farinas.
I know I don't need no fancy things. I can't stand on how you won't decide. You keep on changing, you're changing them. Oh, what a waste of time. Baby, just so you know, I don't need your money. Cause all I need is love, or I'll fall apart. Don't walk away from me with my heart. If you loved me the way that I loved you, maybe you'd feel your heart breaking too. What a shame. You did me wrong. Yes, you did, darling. I'm still holding on. Baby, just so you know, I don't need your money. Cause all I need is love, or I'll fall apart. Don't walk away from me with my heart. If you loved me the way that I loved you, maybe you'd feel your heart breaking too.
That was Love Ain't Easy by Bella Farinas. You can check them out at reverbnation.com/IamBella. If you want to have your music played on Northwest Brew Talk, contact us today.
Hi, I'm Mike Rizzo, author of Washington Beer, A Heady History of Evergreen State Brewing. The history of brewing in Washington dates back to when the area was just a territory. My new book, Washington Beer, tries to cover everything from the 19th century to modern days. American Craft Beer said, quote, author Michael F. Rizzo does the considerable legwork for us in Washington Beer, unquote. Through dozens of photos and detailed notes, the history slowly evolves. WA List said, quote, Michael Rizzo takes the name a Washington Beer game to a whole other level, unquote. From Prohibition to the modern craft beer movement, over 300 brewery histories are explored. One of craft beer's pioneers, Mari Kemper from Chuckin' Up Brewery, said, quote, he's done a noble job of trying to reconstruct the industry's history from oral stories and bits and pieces of written documentation. A great read for anyone interested in finding out how the beer industry developed in Washington state, unquote. From Arcadia Publishing, the book features a 16-page color insert and costs $21.99. You can pick up a copy at your local bookstore, online, in ebook format, or directly from me, autographed. Get your copy today. Upcoming events for Washington Beer include a little tour going on over the next couple weeks. This Saturday, August 6th, we're going to be in Spokane at Black Label Brewing doing a history talk and a book signing in conjunction with Auntie's Books. And if you buy a book, you save $2 on a pint. That is a great deal.
Wow, awesome.
The next day, August 7th, we will be live at Iron Goat Brewing, also doing a history talk and a signing. The following week, we're going to be at we're going to be at Loowit Brewing on Saturday, August 14th, doing another talk, and this is going to be in conjunction with Vintage Books. We're also going to be stopping at No Lie Brewing. We're going to be stopping at Old Schoolhouse. We're going to be doing a whole little brewcation here, so we're going to have a little fun all the next couple weeks.
And now let's try our second beer of the evening, which is from Fish Brewing in Olympia. The Fishtail Brew Pub is open 7 days a week and opened in '93, making it Olympia's oldest brew pub. They also recently opened a tasting room in Woodinville, which is open Tuesday through Sunday. We're drinking their Full Blast Summer Ale, a clean, refreshing summer ale with a large hop presence. This beer is light, aromatic, citrusy, and resiny. Light golden color made with Mosaic and Amarillo hops. 4.5% ABV, 30 IBUs, and an untapped rating of 3.47.
Okay. Yep, light golden color, nice,
Definitely.
big foamy white head. Light scent. It's not as powerful as the double IPA.
Oh, definitely not. You wouldn't expect it to be, though. Good flavor, though.
Well, I meant this. The aroma wasn't as powerful, but this is a summer ale. Very good, very good.
Definitely has some nice little hop flavor there.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely get. It's got a good. It's a lot milder than the double IPA.
Yeah, probably should have switched this order around. Would have probably been better with the...
That's a good beer. I like that.
Yep, definitely. Perfect summer beer, really.
Yeah, exactly. Full Blast summer ale. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of beer you can sit outside and have a couple. We've had some great weather, and we're expecting to have some more great weather the next few weeks. So definitely good weather to drink a light beer like that.
I want you to get me fresh beer. You serious?
This week's Spotlight Indie Beer release is from Standard Brewing, located in Seattle. They just released their Edith Saison. They're peppery, slightly tart, soft, and refreshing. They use Pilsner malt, wheat, and oat, along with Cascade and Mount Hood hops. 5.7% ABV and no untapped rating yet.
So that's like brand new, huh?
Yep, brand new.
All right. No untapped rating yet. Let's get some ratings on that beer.
Definitely.
All right, and that brings us to the end of this episode of Northwest Brew Talk.
Make sure you tune in next week when we chat with Riverport Brewing.
Thanks to our sponsor, Micro Home Brewing Canmore, for keeping us in beer supply here. This show is written and produced by Michelle Rizzo and myself.
If you want to contact us, you can email us at nwbrewtalk@gmail.com or on Twitter at nwbrewtalk. Our theme music is from Gilbert Neal. You can check him out at gilbertneal.com.
Until next time, I'm Mike Rizzo.
And I'm Michelle Rizzo.
Stay hopping, my friends. This Saturday, August 13th, and this weekend, August 13th. No, it's not this Saturday. Saturday, August 13th through the 14th is the... I got it. Saturday, August 13th is the 14th annual Brewfest on the Skagit.